Yeah, Tom, you know what the vampire thing world is. I'm going to write on Down and Dirty 6 today. And then this weekend I will jump into our second book. Hopefully, you will get the first book finished. We'll be right on course. Because after this, then I have therapy. So I probably will only be able to write in this hour or so. I'll finish this one this weekend and then get ready for Monday for book 2. Yeah, because I'll have finished it probably more than likely Sunday. I think Shelly's going over to see her mom on Sunday. Tomorrow we're going to go downtown to the zine thing to see old Mike. Then probably get some lunch. And then we have a lot of work around the house to do. So I probably won't get much writing in tomorrow. But Sunday, while she's gone, I will knock off our first chapter for book 2. That way, Monday morning, boom, it's on you. Mr. Frank, subscribed for 35 months. 16th through the, yeah, pretty much your 35th subscription. How is old Mike? Yeah, he's seen better days. He's got like a full beard now. He looks kind of weird. A full gray beard, in case you didn't know he was getting a little gray. He's got like a big Santa Claus, white Santa Claus beard. He keeps saying he's gonna shave it though, but I guess he's had some health issues. once you hit 120 years old, sometimes you get health issues. Let's be honest, he always looks kind of weird. Yeah, but even more different weird. So he's got all of his zines. He's got all the stuff. He did one of my drabbles. He drew it out, so I'm going to go and I don't know, sign some. I don't know. We're just going to go hang out. We're basically going to hang out, but since I don't want to drive downtown or try to park, I've convinced my wife that she needs to bring me down there so that there's an excuse we only have to stay for like half an hour. No, nobody's dirty like Essig. This has nothing to do with Essig, though. I'm going to throw this out there. There's an author that I subscribe to their newsletter. And I subscribe to a lot of them. And they're bragging that their latest book is doing better than their biggest book. It already has more sales and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Let's look at their rankings on these two books, which were like in the millions on both of them. And while the new book definitely has a better ranking, the other one does not. So I pulled up my, what the hell's the spy something or other thing that I bought like years ago, and it still works. Where you basically feed in the ASIN, and it tells you how many books have been sold, and over the course of like the last 12 months, what's the average and blah blah blah. And I'm like, you're not lying, but you're literally selling 8 books for the new one. No, 8. It was 8 books. You're averaging 8 books a month for the other one, and you're averaging 12 books or 11 and a half, whatever, a month for the new book. You got a new book that just came out, and literally you're selling a copy like every 3 days, and you're bragging in your newsletter that the sales are, you're just killing the sales on the other one. I'm like, that other book's been out for a couple years now. What day does this newsletter come out? I don't remember. It's a couple of days ago. I will always remember old Mike as the guy you invited to MondoCon and Jay flipped out. Oh, yeah. And I think if Jay was still around, and if Jay was coming to MondoCon this year with Mike here, or last year with Mike here, I think he would still be very uneasy. No, I don't believe he says he's an award-winning author. I believe one of his, I'm not going to say his name, but I believe one of his books, Nothing Happens Until Page 81. But I'm like, looking at your numbers, just say, this new book's doing better. Not, oh my God, this new book is doing great. Yeah, best-selling author, probably. I'm like, listen, I got some books that are really, really always have shitty sales. I'm not bragging about them. Apparently get out of there. Apparently what's it called? The Lost Nazi Gold Train. Severed Press changed the name from Nazi Treasure, which I'm fine with. They asked me. Apparently it's doing well, but no idea numbers at all. I was just speaking in generalities of BS authors. Yeah, I don't know if this person has ever done that. Probably. Years ago, in days of old, when magic ruled the air, I used to go to a convention in Orlando, and there was a woman there, and she was older then. She got to be really old now. She got to be in her late 60s now. She always dressed very goth. She had like Dracula cape with the red lining and the black cape. Anyway, her banner said award-winning author, and then her name on it. And somebody was like, "Oh, what award?" And it's like, "Oh, there's just so many awards I've won. I can't even list all of them on my banner." And then come to find out, it was like some internet thing from like, 1999 or 2000 or something. And it was already like 6 or 7 years old, and it was just basically like somebody's like GeoCities site said that was the best book they read or something. And if there was an award for it, they would get the award. And that lady literally put it on her banner, award-winning author. Nobody really liked her. I remember a poet, who I don't believe is with us anymore. He got into an argument with her on a panel because she was saying really dumb things. Nacho Gold Train. That was the original title. They were like, no, we're not gonna. You can't put Nacho in the title because it's offensive. World War II has only been like 80 years ago. I'm going to make myself an award, then I can say that also. Exactly. That's literally what it is. Bob'sBookReview.com, book of the day. Yeah, it was like one of those. It was literally somebody said, "Oh, if there was an award for best book of the year that I've read, it would be this." It wasn't even like gave her an award or anything, but she calls herself an award-winning author. Kind of like there's authors that I know that they were in an anthology that was like top 50 or something on the New York Times bestseller list for several hours. And so now all of their promotional material says New York Times bestselling author. And I'm like, I don't think that should be how that works. I don't think that's necessarily that. I was in a zombie anthology years and years ago, and they said we hit like the top 100 in New York Times bestseller list for like a day. And I'm like, you know what? Then I should be able to say that too. Just don't make any sense. I want to remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe here on Twitch, and also to follow me on YouTube. I hit 250 followers on YouTube. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. No. I haven't thought about that person in a long time. This morning I went to a donut shop with Wynn and Andrea, and I got their breakfast burrito, and it was delicious, and their coffee was very good. And then I'm sure you saw the picture. The girl, one of the girls there was wearing yoga pants, and oh my god, I just got to say it, phenomenal ass, phenomenal, very cute. And everybody else they call, oh, Bob, and your food's ready. She just came to me and gave me my food. Then she made the tray, the little pastries with the whatever it was on top, strawberry something or other, and a couple of sodas or a couple of iced coffees, and to take pictures. But it was at the table next to us. So she's squatting down, and Andrea's saying something. I'm like, I'm not even listening to you. I'm busy. And then when the girl got up, big smile, and she's like, are you, because Wynn said something, she's like, are you making fun of me? And I said, that's not what I'm doing. And then she's like, oh, we got to take pictures of a new thing. She's like, do you want to, she just points at me. She's like, do you want a taste test of it? I said, I definitely would. So then she gave it to me, and I cut it in half. Wynn didn't want any. Me and Andrea ate it, and then when I was leaving, the lady came over, and she was like, the girl was like, how was that? And I said, that was delicious. No, pay attention. This is the place I went to this morning. And I was like, that was delicious. I said, I posted it up, and I tagged this place. And she was like, oh, that's awesome. I'll look for it. posted. All right. All right. So it was good. It was a good. It was a good place. The donuts looked delicious, and I was like, I can't get donuts. I gotta stop. I gotta not do this. Of course, I stopped at Dunkin' on the way home, and I got a frozen coffee with mocha and whipped cream. So good. So good. Gave it to you good, yeah. Yeah, I said give it to me good. And then Win and Andrea just did backup vocals for it. So it's pretty neat. They make frozen coffee now at Dunkin'? Yeah, they've made it for, I don't know, about 30 years. It's my go-to now. It's my afternoon go-to if I'm actually out of the house. I was like, you know what, I have time. I was up in Yulee. Southern Blend, I believe, is the place called. Southern Blend. So I will definitely be back there. I don't want to go back right away because I don't want this girl all over me again. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear about the Italian buffet? I'll tell you about it. Yulee has that good barbecue place. Yeah. The Willie Jules, that what you're talking about? It's right there. This coffee place is right at the next, where that shopping center is, to the right of that. And that's the end of our stories. Hey, Sean. For the next hour, I'm just going to be quiet and I'm just going to type. Because I've said 20 minutes of stories, so we're done with all the story time now. Want 2 days, then go. Wait 2 days and then go. Right, yeah. That's the way to do it. I'm not sure why I would even do it, except to stare at her. Reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. I thought they were greatly under-exaggerated. So yesterday, Amanda came over. We got some writing in. But really, I invited over because I wanted to try this Italian buffet. And my wife's like, that does not sound interesting to me at all. And besides, I'm working and she had shit to do. So, I was like, you know what, Amanda? We're going to go. Sorry, it's been a while since I've been here. Life got in the way and a small, well-earned vacation. Good to see you all. Good to see you, Sean, too. Welcome back in. And so I was like, you know what? I want to go. Everybody's talking about this buffet on the Jacksonville Scoops restaurant review thing. Knew somebody feed Phil's. I haven't watched the last season. Sean of the Call. Let's see what you did there. So we went over to the... I didn't bother to invite you, Tom, because I knew you could not go for Chinese food with all of your issues. But they had, on the buffet, spaghetti, pieces of stromboli. They had meatballs, the little meatballs, which were very good. Chicken Alfredo. They had pieces of lasagna. And they had garlic knots. And eggplant parm. You know what, Tom? You feeling better? Armand was saying you were feeling. Don't say Armand said anything. Don't get me in this. Take my name out of your mouth. No bolognese sauce. Thank goodness you're alive. I'm always feeling poorly, but yes, much better. Yeah. So, me and Amanda go up and we take a generous helping. And then I'm eating, and then the guy comes out with a slice of pepperoni pizza for each of us. Just puts it in front of us. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. I didn't know that was part of the buffet. Pizza was good. For Florida pizza. Good for Florida pizza. So we eat the pizza, eat all the food. I go back up, go through the line again. You know, and it's Italian food, so it's very heavy. And the guy comes back and he's like, you want another slice of pizza? And I'm like, no. You're killing me. And then when we were done, we each had a couple of plates and a slice of pizza and we're done. He brings Zaplas like pieces of like cut up, like a dozen of them. It's like holy crap! It's like being in Kingsburg Boardwalk all over again. There's no gabagoo on the. There was none of that. The only meats were the meatballs and the chicken and the chicken Alfredo. But it was good. It was very good. And for the two of us, it was I think it was $40 with the tip, and I gave a generous tip. How is a short true limits of a great Italian joint? Oh, can you say that word again? Say what word? Yeah, making fun of the way I say, because I say Zapla. That's how I grew up saying it, and I know people say they say it other ways. Whenever we go somewhere, they're like, "Oh, would you like some Zapolis? Would you like some Zappola?" They say it all kinds of different ways. I grew up saying Zapla, but that's the Newark Italian way to say it. What are those, Arm? Look it up, motherfucker. It's they're basically like donuts. They're basically donutty, puffed air, but then you put a lot of weight on it. Led Zeppelins, yeah. Yeah, icing sugar on you put on top of it. And they're hot and they're delicious. They're fried. Basically, it's like fried. They're really, really good. But they were like little bite-sized ones, so me and Amanda just powered through that shit. Really good. So I would definitely go back there. It's basically a giant carb bomb. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that was probably... I don't know, I probably ate like 8,000 calories yesterday sitting in that place. Question between a donut and funnel cake. Yeah, that's probably, yeah. Yeah, because they're like deep fried. It's like a deep fried thing, and then you put all the powdered sugar on it. So damn good. And then last night we watched the last part of the season for this season of Fubar with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I was like, you know what? I'm hungry. It's like 9 o'clock. I ate at 12 o'clock. I'm actually hungry again. So I made one pork roll sandwich with a generous cut of pork roll. I still have maybe 3 out of the 6 pounds, and I just got it on Sunday. So I've eaten a lot of pork roll sandwiches this week. Toss 5 into a white paper bag, sprinkle powder in the bag, fold bag close, and shake. Oh yeah, that was my favorite part of going to Kingsburg. Was we would go and get those, and they would put them in the bag and shake them, and then you get powder all over you, and then you're eating them, and it's windy, and 15 people down the way, all the meth heads and people with their illegitimate kids are all getting powdered. Tom's setting me up here. How upset are you that Anne Burrell died? I could not stand that woman. Oh, hated that woman. She was just annoying. I'm sorry she's dead. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry she's dead. I'm amazed she was married and had a kid. I could have sworn she wasn't into that. Her hair was annoying. Fat ugly face was annoying. The way she did everything. Like Shelley would put on like Beat Bobby Flay, and I'd be like, oh, I fucking hate this lady. I hate this lady or the chick from Pakistan with a nose ring. I did not like her either. They just both seemed annoying. Was that the chef that looked like Guy? Yes, it was like the I guess female version of Guy Fieri. The only thing worse than Anne Burrell is Bobby Flay. Yeah, Bobby Flay is annoying, especially since he basically banged every woman on Food Network. I hate Barefoot Contessa the way you hate Anne Burrell. I doubt your hatred is so deep as mine. I heard that. I was like, oh, she's. And I sent Shelly a message, and she didn't get it. And then yesterday, she's like, oh, did you know Aunt Burrell died? I'm like, I sent you a message. I'm like, me and Tom, we're talking about this. Not a fan at all. I think today or tomorrow I will do my review of the Fubar show with Arnold. I will say this: all the women in it are awful, except for the fat blonde comedian lady. She was alright. Canceled. What was canceled? I'm canceled because I've said mean things. I have therapy at 3, or I would be like, I'm out of here. Going to take a nap. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Throw that in there. Whoa, I can't say any of those things. I'm not a big fan of the what is like the pioneer woman lady. I don't like her either. I find her annoying. Well, there's a lot of people that I find, mostly everybody who's on Guy's Grocery Games. I find them all annoying. Yeah, yeah. She always barefoot. She wearing shoes. There's that one guy on those shows. He's got like tattoos all over. That's on Guy's Grocery Games and on a couple other shows. I just, he looks like the dude from Tracker, who used to be on that show that made all the women cry. But he looks like if that dude was on meth. I can't repeat anything Mr. Frank is saying. It's rare for you to be annoyed by people, right? I normally love everybody. You know me. Positive Friday. You know me. I love everyone. I feel like if Chad came on right now, I'd be like, let's just forget all these bad things we just said. Let's just all act like it's a great positive day. I'm positive it's going to rain today, because it pretty much rains every afternoon. And then I'm going to go lay down in bed and I'm going to read. But I might have to set an alarm if I do it before therapy. I loathe most people. Enjoy the company of maybe like 12 and want to meet everybody's dog. Oh, Mr. Frank. Oh my God! Don't talk about sex and avocado toast. Come on. I've for those who were keeping track, writing my life story, I have quit Minecraft. No more Minecraft. Done. F that game. Building this really good village, and surrounded it with like this big wall. Yeah, and I had done a bunch of I had two farmers. I had like 15 villagers, and I had like 12 iron golems to protect them. And there's no way in or out. Nobody could get out. Nobody could come in. And I was putting up tons of torches so there would be no monsters that could come in. And I was working it. And I had a ton of different... I had potatoes. I had carrots. I had wheat. I had beetroots. All kinds of stuff. And then... it's like 10 minutes is like a day, or 20 minutes totally is a day. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hop into a bed, go to sleep, and at a save point, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to go through I'm going to get all the carrots because then I can build the villagers' levels up. I clear all the carrots, like 200 carrots. And then I'm like, oh, where are the farmers? So I start looking around my village, my walled village. I find 2 villagers out of the, 18 that I had. And then I count the iron golems, and I'm down to 8 from the 12 that I had. And I'm like, what the F happened overnight? Did a lot of zombies and skeletons come in overnight and just kill everybody? Because there's no pillagers. I turned that shit off. Because the pillagers would always come into the village and kill all my people. And so I just was annoyed. I was like, you know what? Fuck you, Minecraft. Then I just turned it off. And then yesterday, when I was between writing and stuff, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play my baseball game. That's all. Just gonna play my baseball game. Because anytime I try to play Minecraft, then I'm always like, I go on all those forums and stuff, and they're always like, if you throw bread at the villagers, they collect the bread, and then once they have a certain amount of bread, then they will, and you have X number of beds in the place, blah, 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 then they will create more villagers. Basically, you throw some bread at them, there's a bunch of beds, they have sex, and then there's more villagers. Never, ever had it happen. I throw the bread down, they walk away. I'm like, this is just stupid. Oh, Mr. Frank, just going off. Apparently bring up Anne Burrell. It really did send him in a tailspin, and we weren't even, he's not even talking about her. It's just crazy. What really is a watercress, though? You know what I'm saying? That's not a real thing. Yeah, I don't dream eyes. Yeah, Frank, to change the subject, I saw that May 11th, I believe, up in Rawway at the Harley place, Xenon performed. I think it was the original. It was the original members. Even Irene on bass. Joey Flamingo singing. I mean, they're all late 50s now. Yeah, they're all still alive. Xenon and the Headlights. I don't know what that is. Xenon was a great band from the late 80s into the 90s, from New Jersey. And they were great. I like them more than American Angel. Push I like the best. Push I love those guys, even though they only ever put out a demo. But I would see like Xenon, Push, and American Angel together. Club Benet, my God, they were friggin' fantastic. Just a type of LED headlight, me trying to make a bad joke. Well, you made a bad joke, you got that. Did it look like a bad Grim Reaper show? Or that guy? The band Grim Reaper lead singer? Steve Grimmett. He's dead now. Push It. Salt and Pepper. Yes, Tom, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I used to love all those Cleavage, which Frank, you know them. You checked them out at one point. They all used to play with like Trickster and Danger and there was a ton of awful those light metal hair bands like Ritual and all those, and then there was like the old school metal bands like Chalice, Hades, TT Quick. Man, we used to go see all those. I used to go see all of them. It's crazy. Just insane. Chalice is just an awful name. Yeah, an awful name and an awful band. They were they were trying to be like new wave of British heavy metal, but they were just a bunch of guys from fucking Rahway, New Jersey or something. Delicious. They were that typical band that'd be like, "We are Chalice." I'm not repeating anything you say now, Frank. It's Positive Friday. Can't remember. There's just so many of those bands, though. Psychedelic Government. It was basically any band that played at Club Benet that was even anywhere close to a heavy metal band, I was going to see. Fastlane in Asbury Park, I'm seeing it. Murphy's Law in Long Branch, I'm there. Monday nights, Murphy's Law was like 6 shitty local bands for like $5. And I'm in. And they'd ask you at the door, who'd you come to see? Because that was the band that was getting their dollar cut from the ticket. And I'd be like, who's playing? Then they would point at the flyer, and I'd be like, Chalice. They sound awful. Oh, Fear Itself is playing again? Yeah, Fear Itself, yeah. Rainmaker. Pat Benatar at Stone Pony with the Stone Ponies. There used to be right diagonal on the main drag there from the Stone Pony was the Rock Horse. And they would have some bands there. I think that was the guy from First Real World Band. Bad Biscuit. Oh, remember those? They were awful. Shovelhead was another band that used to play the Brighton Bar in Long Branch all the time. I would always see Dramarama though. Love that. Still love Dramarama. I would see Dramarama whenever they played. Not a metal band, but just a good local band. You see the commercial, the Bananarama, yeah, that wonderful band. The Bruce Springsteen biopic. Saw the commercial for that yesterday. Looks interesting. I would. I'm not going to go pay money to see it, but I'll watch it on cable when my wife is not home, because she does not want to watch anything with Bruce Springsteen. I tell you that. Bad Biscuit, they were pretty good. I saw them. I think I saw them in Montclair a couple times. We would go to Montclair. We would go to the Court Tavern up there. It might be before your time, Mr. Frank. To see the Smithereens. A lot. There was we'd go see Mercy Circle, and then they would always play with Saucy Jack. They were awful. If Tom Cruise played Bruce Springsteen, Shelley would 100% watch it. Yeah, it would just cancel each other out. I think Bad Biscuit won that MTV contest to win all of AC/DC's touring equipment. Did they? I don't really remember. I remember the dude. I remember Push. But then I want to say the bass player got on Gilmore Girls or something like that. He played like a band member in a few episodes of Gilmore Girls, one of those shows, or maybe it was Dawson's Creek or something. So he left the band, and then Joey Taylor got hired by Lita Ford, and he toured with Lita Ford for about 10 years. But when he was in Push, and basically they were playing Studio One, Club and A, the Denellen Theater, they're playing all these shows for basically for beer. Literally, Pete Tersha, who ran Studio One, was paying them in beer. And Joe would never move his own equipment. He always had to have somebody to move his guitars and his amps and stuff around for him, and set up and do a sound check for his equipment like he was fucking Bon Jovi or something. But then he went to Lita Ford. He played in Lita Ford's band for about 10 years. I think he was in a couple of her videos as well. And then the drummer, Jimmy, is in, I want to say he's in Ted Poley's band. Like, all those guys from back then are still all around. They're just, a lot older now. They're all dyeing their hair, if they have any, and their beards. How did Billy Milano feel about that guy? He probably was like, that dude is like talking to a shoe. What a great line. Ah, Billy. Ah, Billy, we hardly knew ye. All this music talk, Chad Lusky's about to show up and talk about The Accused. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what Chad's doing lately. I'm guessing him and his wife are still doing that channel, trying to get to 1,000 people followers. Oh, Nick, I knew if it wasn't Chad Lusky, it was going to be Nick Zinn talking about The Accused. I know that's one of your favorite bands. You and 3 other people. Oh, I'm tired. I think I'm going to wrap this shit up. Everybody have a great, great weekend. I will. Tom, get these fucking chapters done. Monday morning is going to come bright and early. Next page for no reason, Mr. Frank. Next page. Alright. I will see everybody on Monday. Thanks for popping in, Sean. Appreciate it. See everybody next week.